guys, welcome back to Sincerely Takira and welcome to my first video in my This Week in Chile series. As you guys know from the previous video, I'm doing a series called This Week in Chile and I'll be talking about all of my experiences in Chile week by week, let you guys know how everything was going during that time frame. Just to let you know, this first video, my week one, is actually a little bit more than just 1 week's worth of material. And I did it that way simply because I arrived in Chile in the middle of the week. And in order to make it easier to count the weeks as they went by, it was just a lot easier to round up to a week and a half in order to do that because I left Raleigh on a Wednesday. So here's the story of how I got to Chile. On February 17th, 2016 was my Gloria Day. I left my home in Raleigh, North Carolina to venture out on my first extended travel to study abroad here in Chile. My flight left RDU around maybe 6 or something. We had a layover in Atlanta, one stop, and then next thing you know, in the morning when we woke up, we were here in Santiago, Chile. The flight was good, everything was cool, getting through the airport was even easy, but the one thing that I could complain about, and this is just me being maybe I guess a little self-conscious, is the fact that when we got to the transit desk, which is a service, the airport shuttle that gets people to their hotel, their hostel, wherever they need to go after they arrive at the airport, the people there, they were laughing so much. And me and Sophie, my travel companion, we were looking at each other like, why are they laughing so much? Like, we legit couldn't figure it out. But my guess is that they were picking on us because, they kept making weird gestures, and then when we looked at them funny, they would stop what they were saying because they thought we partially understood them, even though we didn't understand a thing, because they were speaking truly, the utmost Chilean way. And by that, I mean Chileans, they don't speak Spanish, they speak Chilean. Chileans use so many words and slang of the Spanish language that I've never even heard. I have friends here from Spain and Colombia and Venezuela. They say, yeah, I don't know what that guy said. Chileans, they speak really fast and they use lots of slang. So after arriving in the airport, after that moment, I realized that all of the language, the Spanish language that I learned in the United States would not help me. And by that, that's simply what it means. It did not help me at all. I've been learning Spanish since my freshman year in high school, all throughout, now my sophomore year in college, and I didn't understand a thing they were saying. Super Chilean. But you know what? After that, everything got better. We left the transit station in the airport, headed to our hostel, which was actually in Providencia region de Santiago. And our hostel was called Ají Hostel. Sí, in Spanish. It's like Chile hostel if you think about it. It's the translation. But everything at the hostel was fine except for the simple fact that we had to wait for our room to check in for approximately 2 hours. I was starving, I hadn't eaten, and I also realized that after we got there, we had to pay more than we intended because we had student visa. Ají Hostel, on their website, it says that if you pay with United States American money, you can pay this price or whatever. So I had my coins counted, I was ready to pay them, and then got there, they were like, no. Do you have a student visa? Yeah, you're actually considered a Chilean now, so you have to pay us 20 more bucks. I was kind of disappointed. It actually wasn't 20 bucks, but it was enough to make me go, why are we even here? Don't understand. Anyway, after we finally got settled in our hostel, by the way, a lot of this information that I'm talking about right here is actually on my site in my journal. I'll put the link on the video, but it's in my day one Santiago journal on Sincerely Takira. We headed out for a quick tour of the city. The guy who works in the hostel, Jorge, he gave us a brief tour because hey, we want some Chilean food, tell us where to go. He recommended that we go to this place called Fuente Alemana, which is really good. They have churrascos, which are burgers, kind of. And this when I realized that Chileans are crazy about toppings. And by that I mean all of their food is super huge to begin with. And then they have mountains and mountains and mountains of toppings, like the standard, like bacon, not bacon, bacon's not a standard topping, my bad, so American. The standard lettuce, tomatoes, pickle, ketchup, mayo, whatever mustard that you get in the United States, here is actually their tomato, avocado, which they call palta, which I've never heard until I got to Chile. But yeah, tomato, palta, avocado, said that twice, sorry, mayonnaise, and sauerkraut. That all came on my churrasco. And if you go a lot of places, you'll just always have mayonnaise, avocado, tomato on pretty much anything. Like, it's super Chilean. I was not expecting that. My churrasco was pretty good. I actually added pictures so you guys can see what it looks like. It was okay in my opinion. I didn't really like the cheese on it, and I thought, why do I have so much avocado on this one little burger? But hey, it's fine. When in Rome or Chile, do what they do. Do what they do. But yeah, shortly after our eating at the restaurant, then we were getting ready to leave and pay and go out on our little tour of the rest of the city. Like, the ladies who worked in the restaurant were like, hey girl, you need to put your camera in your bag. Like, you don't have a bag for your camera? And I was like, no. I was carrying it on my neck, like my Canon. I'll show you guys. My camera, yeah, I just was carrying it on a strap like this. Lord have mercy. And, you know, whenever I see something cool, snap, snap, call it a day. You know, just keep on walking, mind my business. I always hold my camera close to me, so it's not like anybody can snatch it unless they're just gonna yank my neck, which would be kind of rude. Don't do that. That's shady. But yeah, I understand. I'm a young woman. I need to be safe in a foreign country. But I think she was being OD. And I'm just like, well, how am I going to take pictures if my camera's always in my bag? And she was like, you just need to guard your camera, girl. And I was like, okay, you got it, boo. So we went to a market. I bought a day pack. You guys just see my L bag. It's on my Instagram, but I put my camera in there. And actually, funny story, I wanted to take a picture of a pigeon that we saw at a craft fair, but I couldn't, because you know what? My camera was in my bag and I couldn't get it out. Thanks, lady. Thanks. Yeah, you. Okay, sorry. Whew. But yeah, so later after that, we just toured the city for a little bit, met some friends at the hostel, and then later that night, I actually had a really interesting conversation with some girls from other countries. They asked me, like, what is America like? Is it really like it is in the movies? And I gave them the hard, cold truth. But you can check that out in my Santiago Day 1 Part 2 journal. But yeah, that's all for what happened the first day. Day 2, fairly simple, pretty much did the same thing, wandering around the city. And also, I had my first Chilean completo, which was, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like it. It's like a Chilean hot dog, but it has those same toppings on it. So it had the mayonnaise, the tomato, the avocado. I wasn't feeling it. And then also I was really hungry, no, really thirsty that day. And I really wanted an ice cold bottle of water. And I saw an ice cold bottle of water in the refrigerator at the place where we got my completo. And then I go, hey, can I have that bottle of water? And she's like, yeah, and I drank it. And then I realized it was carbonated water. And then I realized the thing my teacher always told me in class. If you go to a Spanish speaking country and you ask for a bottle of water, always say agua sin gas. Because if not, you're going to get agua con gas. And that is carbonated water, which is not really my cup of tea. I don't want my water to have the same feeling as soda. I just, no. What? I don't understand. Why do people do that? Why would you want carbonated water? Anyway, day 2 was pretty cool. Nothing cool happened besides the fact that, one, I tried my first completo. I got pooped on by a bird, which is also in my day 2 journal. And also I found Chilean applesauce, which I was really excited about, but I also did not like that. Sorry, guys. Day 3 in the hostel. What happened? Honestly, we just kept touring Santiago until we got tired of it. We finally made our way on the metro system, and we ended up going to buy our bus tickets for the next day because I didn't want to bring all my junk with me while trying to figure out how the bus system worked to get back to Viña del Mar. And we ended up in a neighborhood just walking around casually called Las Rejas, which is in Santiago, and it's so beautiful. Like, all of the houses are so pretty. They all have dogs, which, if anyone knows me, like, you know I'm a crazy dog lady, so I was exuberated. Is that even a word? But I was thrilled that there were so many dogs there, and I was like, oh my gosh, this place is for me. I'm gonna move to Chile. Like, it's gonna be great. I cried, okay, I'm not even gonna lie, I cried. I was like, this is how you know that I was meant to be here. Like, that is what I was thinking at that exact moment. So I'm gonna take a quick break to pause this and see how everything's looking, to see if I need to start over, and then we'll finish out with our next part, going to Viña.